It's like pole dancing. Alright, 47 seconds. Let me just say what I feel uncomfortable about. Now, this is pure honesty, and I have to say this because I'm not even, while I'm waiting on Toothless Tiger, I'm going to put you in here because I was discussing with you earlier, and let me tone my voice down because I'm not like, too upset because this happens all the time. But after I send an email saying I have plans, like, let me be really honest, I haven't drove myself like for long distances since I was working, for the people. Who is that? Because it's important what I'm saying. I haven't drove myself for long distances since I was working for them people, and this was years ago. So if it's too long, I'll normally have somebody drive me, or I'll take the airplane or something like that. But when you're taking an airplane, you gotta park. Excuse me. When you're taking an airplane, you gotta park. Identify yourself, soldier. Alright, since you want to identify yourself, I'm gonna make this a funny thing and explain what happened in a funny way, even though it's a serious ass situation that it's made me feel uncomfortable. So let me skip over everything that just happened to me. Let me pause because some things ain't supposed to be public, but I sent out an email saying what I was going to do, and I was getting ready to do two things with my schedule. So this man comes, and tells me that I can't park there, or I can't stay there. I feel discriminated upon. That's what's going on too. I think I'm getting discriminated on because of this. I think that, and this sounds far-fetched, but I know that my travel, and I hope none of my relatives is doing nothing funny. I would not forgive. Well, I would forgive, but if other people don't believe this type of thing. Anyway, so some things happen with the parking. I can't park here. You can't do this. You gotta do this. And this reminded me of something. When I was on my way to Africa, tickets and all. Now, why the fuck would I waste my hard-earned money? Anyway, I don't know if I'm ready to say everything that just happened because I've been feeling good lately. I ready to butt dance. When I got back to my phone after this man, which I'm explaining to him, and which he sounded way like the guy at the airport fucking telling me, and I'm glad I kept that damn car. I'm glad I keep my shit. Convincing me of some dumbass shit, and then on my way leaving, he gonna leave too. Like he was waiting. Anyway, I go to my phone, and I'm seeing things saying, these geeky niggas, swear to God. And that's not, and I'm doing stuff so I don't see that stuff on my internet, but I'm seeing some uncomfortable things. There was an email, Toothless Tiger, I think he was right, but it was in a different way. Like, I'm funny. I'm fun. I don't like nothing that sound bad. There was an email on one of the people Kwame talked to, just sound real hostile, saying something. They thought I knew Kwame, and it was like, Kwame, we want to do this. I'm like, what the fuck? And I have not even spoken to Kwame since the last time that I spoke to him. I don't feel comfortable with seeing that on the phone. And I'm like, do I gotta do what Sister T doing? And did she sue somebody or summon something? I feel like there's something uncomfortable. And then I don't want to pay attention to that, but I'm subscribed and a member, because even if I don't want to see it, my mom and other relatives and people doing politics stuff, they want to see it. They want to see what's going on there because of the networking. See, I know I feel like, who is that looking so long? You shit. It better not be a Dulo twist. But anyway, okay, so I didn't like what I saw on the internet. I really don't like that. But I'm not there. I don't know what's going on. I'm not in their face. But that made me hella uncomfortable because I am a regular person. People do regular things. Why are we so hostile? I know it sounds funny a while ago, but me being a woman and talking about what I was talking about, that's not far-fetched. We've been fine. I thought that stuff blew over. That's weird. And I'm not subscribed and don't have my algorithms taking me to places that's weird. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. Whoever you are, I pray you're good. But that's weird, man. I don't like what I just felt after I say I'm going to do something. But see, that has been happening to me for a long period of time. And folks wasn't believing that it was happening, because even if they believed it, there wasn't much they can do about it unless they see it happening. But what I'm saying right now look a little funky. And let me be clear, it's not legal when you over 18. Just like if I didn't want my adult son, and if I'm an adult woman and I want to do something, somebody can't stop me from doing it. They do it on purpose. So while I did my rant, a little bit of time to see what's going to happen, but if I don't have communication, I'm going to stop and okay, what the music said, video, DJ, Freedom School, Oakland, California, got kicked out as a kid. And a lot of our parents are musicians and DJs and followers of, where's that? Ooh, I feel like, where's that? Because people was, where's that? Okay, I'm looking for this card. I had this card with this funny, I made a little music clip of me earlier, and then one of my dad's cards with Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, and I don't know if Haile Selassie was on this card, but I was showing it off, and I can't seem to find it right now. But when I was on my way, I was all excited, and I'm gonna wait around because I haven't heard too much, but something funny going on with my phone and what I can see and what I can't see. And anyway, everybody just do peace, so I'm gonna probably eat and not, I don't know if I get my money back, but because I know that money is fake, and I got my financial literacy going on, that's good, but I'm feeling something weird, and when I feel something weird, I usually know what the hell I'm talking about. That spirit giving me a sign, maybe just to go back. I want to do some fun. Man, they better not be hating behind closed doors. Can you sue for hating? And I don't want to talk about nobody. This is the part too, Tiger, when you say people's stories. I'm from a small town, and then they do a lot of gossiping, and then families be doing that, people around, they be doing weird stuff, so I recognize something when I saw something on the internet. People gang up on people all the time and tell them what to do, or they would gossip around them and be like, oh, they crazy, they this, they that, to keep them from doing things. And I know because I did it before, or and this happened with teenagers a lot. And it was on TikTok, there was people saying how certain things that their family did, and this one girl, it was a black girl, her father used to have her followed, or she would be hanging out with her friends, and they'd be, like making sure you was okay, but they'd be somewhere in the midst, like they're not going too far, or they'd be walking around, and she said it gave her anxiety. And this other video I saw with the white girl whose parents was in a cult, and Beanie was born in a cult, and how it affected her family. I'm like, I'm telling the truth, but it's really nothing I can do about it. But when people see, they just be like, oh, I got caught. They be like, oh, I got caught, and then there's really nothing I can do about it. And I feel like I got discriminated against, and then you can't some stuff be illegal, and I know it is. Let me describe what I'm talking about. Let me give an example. One of my children went, and I'm talking about adults here, okay? This is adult. But they was doing bad, and things bad. One of my children went out with one of the friends, and they were doing things that I didn't agree with. And
let me pause. When I had went to the neighborhood where my son was living, I had stayed there long enough hadn't seen my son since he left to go to college, like the year before. So when I went there and I saw people kind of acting different, I stayed there and I got to know people around my environment, the same people he knew, and got them just so I can get familiar with the places that my son was hanging out at, other young people's parents and things, so they can tell me what was going on. And after I saw they were doing bad, I made him stay in the house with me and kind of get himself together, which this was right after my hate crime at the rehab. And then when it appeared that he had cleaned himself up, I let him go out with his friends on Halloween. And yeah, hope you can follow.
Come back. So I was looking for him and I couldn't find him. Well, I was freaking out at the house really, and then I called my sister and I couldn't find him. We was really worried, and she found him and he was hurt. That's the worst case scenario. But when stuff like that happen, people always ask you what you're doing. They don't want you to be hurt. They don't want nothing bad. But it's like you want to have a good time. You want to enjoy yourself. That Michael Jackson shit I was singing, I want to go to the museum. I want to talk to about the stories and what was going on behind the scenes back in the day, what they were doing. I want to get this label stuff going. I want to have a good time. I don't want to be like that. And especially if I see other people enjoying themselves, I want to do it too. Alright, I ain't even gonna trip. I'm just gonna take it like this isn't the good time. I don't have enough notice. And let me give an example. I'm used to doing what I want, okay? Before all the COVID stuff and years ago, even when I was serving, like, I would just do things on my own. When I was serving, and that's funny because my homegirl birthday, she white, she from Canada, was the other day. Like, I just get on a plane and go somewhere and I wouldn't tell anybody and I just go. But I would be getting my peace. So I would do that. And when I got out the service, I went to Korea, China. I just said I wanted to go. I would just go when I wanted to. But people, that's not normal to the average person for somebody to be moving around, like that. Or I don't know if it's normal to the average person. It look like they're doing it on IG all the time. But my family members they don't agree with it. However, on one hand, they'll be like, you girl, you can do what you want. Then on the other hand, they be doing little things to keep it from happening. Or trying to, or give me some kind of reason. And I'm like, yeah, I'm grown. I'm boy. The only reason I'm saying this is because one of my aunties, and see, I met aunties. And I told them about the little kidnapping stuff and the following, the watching, and the stopping, and not condoning it. And, oh, I don't think you should do this. Oh, you better be careful. No, it's not good for you. No, you're going to do something. So even though my brother made that joke, it was like, men think you're telling them, you telling him, I'm telling him, blah. If I had jobs like that, when I was in the service, they did that too, but that don't stop men from trying to get laid. When I was in the service, I had a whole investigation, a whole panel full of dumbass men. There was 20 men to one woman. Some of them get retarded, just like women. So, this guy's on a whole panel, and they got caught. I got paperwork that show what they were doing, sabotaging mad because they couldn't get no sex. It's weird. And then
one of the policemen that was working for the MPs told me what the MPs, which is military police, and just what the males were saying about me when I would walk by the police station. They would be like, oh shit, here comes Sergeant Shabaka Reed, oh shit, here she come, we gotta run from her, blah blah blah. And everybody, like, nobody would talk to me, nobody would say hi to me when I was in that environment. And I went through an investigation that was unprovoked. I did nothing wrong. I was celebrating a interview that I was granted for to work for a corporation in Washington, but due to my name and me being targeted, I didn't understand that I would never get to that level of clearance. If you link to certain types of activism, I don't know if they would allow us in. They might now, especially with Angela and her popularity. That's why I hope she doesn't give up, because some people are saying Angela for president, Kwame for president. We never know. All right, my story.
So after these things were happening, I changed, and I was just like a different type of person, but I still need to be free and go places and do things. So I move around and I change my look so that, and I don't think they're like following me per se, but I do know how my siblings, my auntie, the women can get on the phone and be like, blah, 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 real quick. Just like when I was paying for my dad, y'all know how let me talk about music celebrity shit, because people like this shit. The publicists and the people who do the paperwork and the money and all of that shit behind the scenes, okay? So there's emails going on, and there was a fee that was supposed to be due, and some things are supposed to be happening. So I'm like, okay, I put everything in numerical order, say what I did and what I offered to pay. And during my pop funeral, it was like they didn't want to accept and get my money. But then
so let me slow it down. I said that I offered to pay the fees for my dad's record label and the taxes.
And his nonprofit. I'm like, okay, I'll pay. And then my sister come back and was like, everything is paid in full. And I'm like, how the fuck is everything paid in full? And we've been on it. Did you pay this to one up me? And like, it's so weird. But this is the same sister, and I'm just gonna put it out there. She gonna was saying how her mom was mad at us or something like that when we was kids. I remember hearing my dad say that, but I never noticed anything like that. I thought we were Gucci, but now ever since my dad passed, it's some kind of weird ass shit. And then when I seen them and gave me a little pat, I know that was fake. So I don't have to kiss somebody ass. But I'm like, they'll just pop up out the blue, and let me say something else. All cults they all wearing in white. But the other thing is that our culture, traditional clothing is white too. So you can blend on in. So some people, some modern Americans, they like them witches wear white, or them Africans wearing that. Man, the fabric I have represents different countries and nations. And the white is purity and you covering yourself up. But I don't wear it all the time. But I feel like I get some kind of, I don't know what it is, but them motherfuckers, I know they can get on the phone and be calling and check in. So it can work in our business.
Okay, that's bogus. Hell no. No. You see what I'm saying? But you see how the volume just went off like that? Let me go back to normal. What the fuck? Hell no. You see this shit? How the fuck? Censorship. And my aunt told me, well, I'm a small YouTuber. I'm a small YouTuber.
I can make a joke about it. I'm gonna say the funny parts, but some stuff is serious.
That's trifling.
Us, and I say us because I tried to get my son married too. When certain elders or whatever is intervening, or they're not condoning, or they're not giving as much attention to, and when I say attention, I mean they're doing things to discourage you or not act like it's not important enough, and then when you ignore it.
Like they think that the men's marriage is more important than the women, and men don't know how to choose.
I want to enjoy the conversation. I don't have no proof that this is going on, but it went on in the past. So
when I say I don't have no proof, I don't have no proof that, like, I can't see somebody making a phone call or saying something behind my back, but the way people react to me, dude talking about spend a night with you. I've never had sex with you in my life. We were childhood friends from like the fucking 8th grade, and you're a mechanic. When I was doing my video, when I picked up on that negative spirit, you stayed in the same hotel room. I never slept with you. I done had somebody lie and say that they were my children's father. Just dumbass shit. And I'm like, I don't deserve that. And I'm saying with my chest, I haven't smelled a man's sweat in about 3 years. And that's nothing to be ashamed of. That can happen to anybody. I'm getting healthy. What the fuck? Men need to do that more. They need to cleanse their body. They need to salt bath to get rid of all them spirits so they can learn how to choose better and not hit the wall. Okay. And that's not negative. That's just what the truth is. They always say it to us. Okay.
You can't. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why have I always came here before? Now all of a sudden I can't. And I'm trying not to be so specific because of where I was and where I'm going to. So
I was in Charleston.
Back in 2008, I was in training. I was in Columbia, Fort Jackson. And I remember people used to say things to me, and I really didn't even know what the fuck they were saying. I remember this one lady, black drill sergeant. Now you know what's wrong with the pro-black look or the pro-black or the African shit. I didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. I think I was about 19, 20 years old. But now I know what the fuck they're talking about. This is what they don't want.
Reparations.
So after this thing just happened to me, and most likely I'm not gonna have fun, I got the Naya Bingy. Who the fuck? I want to know who that is. That I'm sharing all my love to. Let me show you what I got, okay? I ain't bullshitting. Got a little musical shit right here. I ain't mad no more. I think I'm kind of happy. I'm not happy to miss that, but it seems like I'm not having no fun. You know what I'm saying? Watch me. And I bullshit you not. In low country, folks sound just the Geechee sound Jamaican. So when bro came down and he speak his patois, they say things together. Boo. Look, and I know you want tea, but I got tea.
Hold on, let me slow myself down. I'm describing accent.
This is what they don't want, you know? Bullies. So after this thing just happened to me, and most likely I'm not gonna have the fun, I got the Naya Bingy. Who the fuck? I want to know who that is that I'm sharing all my love to. Let me show you what I got, okay? I ain't bullshitting. Got my little musical shit right here. I ain't mad no more. I think I'm kind of happy. I'm not happy to miss that, but it seems like I'm not happy.
I think I am happy to miss the chance of buck dancing, because if my car is not all the way fixed, or if there's things that I need, and this is, matter of fact, let me talk about dating. This is probably why it may take a while. And I'm going to be so clear, and I'm sorry if American men got mad at me, but African men and Jamaican men did not get mad at me for this. And I thought Kwame was African, like he looked African. If something is lacking, like something tangible that I think a man should help with or do, and I date him, I'm going to feel like he should do that. And I had conversations with certain ones that were love bombing me in the past, talking to me for a long period of time, and he's like, if a man tell you what all he has, that doesn't mean he want to give it to you or help you with it. And I'm like, what the fuck else is he saying that for? That is what do you call it, Indian giving or monkey wrenching with women. Women supposed to want men to help them. I don't know what kind of psycho shit the modern American dating field has. They should, the way that the dating is, none of it, man. They can take notes from their distant cousins. I see people talking about it all the time, but you can do you. But telling women, convincing women, it was like when I couldn't even finish what I was doing during my pilgrimage, and I know that this is common with other people pilgrimage before, because of American men distracting me and getting mad at me for things like that, and then they're the ones who will even say the ideas in the first place. When I was talking about one of the situations was sexual exchange, I was housing women, Filipino women, renting to them housing, and out there they would call them cleaning ladies or juicy girls. Cleaning ladies, sometimes the men would hire them to clean, and they wouldn't only be cleaning, you know what I mean? Or if they buy them juice, which military men talk about this stuff out loud at all of their meetings and what do you call it, their promotion ceremonies and things like that. I didn't want to hear that shit, but I just so happened to be a woman and hearing it, and they just said it in front of me. So them going to the massage parlors and brothels and shit, I felt like that was a normal thing for women to do. So when men are getting mad at women for being little sluts, I'm like, y'all the ones who like it. And at the time, I wasn't even involved in anything like that. I had a boyfriend, and that's what bring me to my personal situation. I didn't know that men don't like you if you like them. You know what I mean? So I had to learn how to deal with boundaries and manage myself, because I had a whole house, but I was in the house with a man that I wasn't married to. And that was a really big mistake, and I'm glad that's over. Anyway, let me finish.
You know what I'm saying? Watch it. And I bullshit you not. In low country, folks sound just, the Geechee sound Jamaican. So, when bro came down, and he speak his patois, they say things
one of my brothers sing.
Look, Anaya Bingi, I know you want tea, but I got tea. Me got tea, Naya Bingi.
The Red Book, Toothless Tiger.
I was about to say you're gonna get me off. The Red Book, a manual on legal style. Meet your straw man. Meet your straw man. That paperwork is a straw man that fictitious you. You are the lender and them be the borrower. Okay. I'm pissed off. I feel, man, but you know what?
I was really ready to bump this. But I didn't get a personal invite, so yeah.
Yes.
I was just making myself available.
Shit, I got a stick. Hello. I'm fine.
You see, I say I had a stick. Somebody walked behind me.
Gift. Let me show my gift.
He got a stick too.
So, in this trunk is a bunch of studio equipment. In case you didn't know by now, we are musicians. Alright, so this is my staff. This was a gift. And let me just show this homeless man, because he have a stick too, see? Go fucking figure. But in the South, we are staff. If you need it. It don't have a spiritual significance to everybody, but to some of us, it does have a spiritual significance.
It's an ancestral stick.
Although I was talking I'm in a fun mood. I'm about to go in this restaurant, but I did not like the fact that after all of that weird, the man wouldn't allow me to stay there, which compromised what happened to my vehicle. And since my son just got a job, I have to kind of share transportation until he gets him a car. But that got on my nerves. So after that, I get on the thing, and then I hear people talking about, and it's men. I don't know which person this was, but they was like, these get you niggas something. I heard people say that, and women, I don't know what we can do to stop that. Man. And then didn't Kwame, did he say he was afraid? I don't want to pay attention to that, to things I can't see, but It's on the
not
internet for
there.
everybody to see. Just like if you're going to court and if it's public, you find out. Just like if somebody, they up there checking financial records, but who gives a shit? I'm so glad I work for the 3-letter words, and until I die, there's a certain amount of moolah that is untaxable that they won't take away from me. And I'm learning this financial literacy.
So if my siblings get the money from whoever they getting the money from,
what is it? I wish I had the paragraph to talk about the straw man because the jig is up. The jig is up.